Then we move then for the next speaker, still from Indonesian side, before we move to the speaker from the Belarusian side. We please Bu Syara to deliver a short presentation about how to do business and also to do investment in Indonesia. Bu Syara, are you ready?
Yes, Pak Tito, could you please give me a host first, co-host?
Okay.
Cannot share screen.
Okay, Bu Syara, the time is yours. Please share about the information and also the steps, yeah, to do the business in Indonesia, to do the investment. Yeah, please.
You can see, Pak Tito, clear, yeah?
Clear, please.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please introduce myself. My name is Sarah. Before of that, I ask permission to speak to the Honorable Ambassador, His Excellency Mr. Valery Kolosnik, His Excellency Mr. Valery Sadoko, Pak Jeffrey, mohon izin, Pak Marpaung. Okay, everybody. Please introduce myself. My name is Sarah. I am a business license consultant that have been running since 2009 until now. And my company name is PT Amarta Multisinergi. My consulting company focuses on business license consulting services in fulfilling the requirement to participate in tenders, actually. I also help many clients who want to set up a construction service company in Indonesia, from basic legality to the operationality. Pak Jeffrey and Pak Marpaung, were already share about mining in Indonesia. Now I want to talk about the business license focusing for construction business sector. You know, the business license is so very important to running every project in everywhere country. So between Indonesia and Belarus, I think we have to know each other how process a business license before running a project. Both of agree, yeah? Okay. The next slide. Wait. Yeah. The business license services I provide for my clients are establishment of a general company, and then establishment of a construction service company, operational permits in various sectors such as construction, mining, electricity, geothermal, oil and gas, and etc. And I provide for certification consultants such as implementing ISO 9001, ISO 5001. You can call safety management system, and then ISO 14001. Environmental management system, and etc. as needed. And also organizing training for experts too, such as the electrical engineering competency certificate, occupational safety and health construction, occupational safety and health in general, and etc. But in our meeting, I want to share about how to prepare construction services in terms of legality. Okay. In Indonesia, have two legality steps that you must have to establish a company in Indonesia. Yeah, namely is basic license, after that operational license, then you can immediately running your project. Now we talk about basic business license. Basic permit consists of deed of operation. It is mentioned about the number of shares of the shareholders, the amount of authorized capital, company management such as commissioners and directors, and the subfields run by the company, and a decree of the Minister of Justice, and then NIB, or we can call business identification number, which is placed through online single submission or OSS, which includes the necessary permits such as location permit, business permits, principal licenses for industrial company, company registration certificates, custom access, and operational permits according to the field listed in Indonesian Business Field Standard Code, or we can call in here KBLI, yeah, KBLI. Okay, now operational business license. Let's know about the operational permits required if the company is engaged in construction. For the example, public construction work, you need you require a construction service business permits, and we can call IUJK or BUJKA from the Ministry of Public Works. Yeah, I will explain about the construction service business license to you later after this one. And then power plant, yeah, power plant, you need an electricity support services business license, or you can call IUGPTL from the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources. And then mining, then you will need a mining service business license. Then oil and gas, you will need an oil and gas support business capability letter, or we can call SKUP Migas in here. Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to set up a construction service company in Indonesia, then you must first know about the 3 types of business entities in the construction sectors. The first, you can see BUJKM. Is the national construction service business entity whose shares are 100% owned by Indonesian citizen or local company. Yeah. And then you see BUJK PMA. Yeah, is the foreign investment construction services business entity which has merged or joint venture with a local company. But please note that the local company that must be merged or joint venture with the company already has a construction service business license with a large qualification or B1 qualification. And then for the BUJK PMA, the composition shareholder is maximum 67% foreign company and minimum 33% for local company, which already EUJK qualification B1. It's very important for shareholder composition, yeah. And then BUJKA. BUJK is a foreign construction service business entity that converts a construction business license here and open a foreign representative office in Indonesia. And you don't need a merger at this time, yeah. Just convert the construction permit from your principal to the National Construction Services Development Agency, or here called LPJKN, LPJKN. Okay, now so you can choose which one company that you will set up here, BUJKN, BUJK PMA, or BUJKA in construction service business entities. Okay. Next, this one is you have to determine one type of construction service business that you will run here. Are you going to carry out construction service work, or in here called contractor, or do you want to do construction planning or supervision services? So you can say consultant, and or do you want to run an integrated construction services? In here called EPC. Okay, let us know together about what jobs include contractor, what jobs for consultant, and what for jobs in EPC. Okay, let's check it. Yeah. This one, contractor fields. These contractor fields have been regulated in Construction Services Development Agency Regulation, or we can call here LPJKN, with the number regulation is 03 of 2017. There are any building construction, civil construction, mechanical installation, electrical installation. Electrical installation, this one is only for instrumentation or telecommunication, yeah. And other implementing services and implementing specialists and executing skills. So we check about consultant fields. Wait. Yeah, these consultant fields have been regulated in the Construction Services Development Agency regulation also, with the number of 04 of 2017. Yeah, wait a moment. And there are any architectural planning, engineering planning, spatial planning, architectural supervision, engineering supervision, spatial planning supervision, specialist consultation, and other consultation. Okay, the next field is for EPC. EPC, integrated construction services, yeah. This field is also regulated in the Construction Services Development Agency regulation, or LPGKN, with the number of 05 of 2015. And they are integrated construction services for transportation infrastructure, integrated services for water resources infrastructure and facilities. Yeah, and then for manufacturing construction, and then for oil and gas facility construction, and then for building construction. Okay, this one is clear. So now let's talk about the qualification of a construction service company. This qualification will determine your ability to carry out work, which is seen from the amount of paid-up capital of the company. Ladies and gentlemen, this qualification of a construction service company are divided from small, medium, and large or big qualification. Have to know, for local companies, yeah, they must start from small or medium qualification. This depends on the amount of paid-up capital. However, for foreign companies, either a merger or BJK, they are immediately giving big qualification. Yeah. Okay, this one, yeah, this one is very important. After you know the type of business entity that you are establishing, then you have determined the type of construction business that you will run. Then let us know about the process flow to get the construction service business license. You can see 4 steps, yeah. Export certification. That means you have to prepare employees who have expertise in the construction sector that you will run, and then do the expertise certification, which is issued by the professional association here, which has been accredited by the Construction Services Development Agency, or LPGK. Okay, the next step is step 2. Your company must be a member of a construction company association, which has been accredited by LPGK. Maybe you are familiar with GAPENSI, GAPENRI, APindo, and anything association. So many associations. I have a list for this association. You can call if you want, if you need a association company, yeah. And then this is entity certification. This step is the time for all of your company document to be verified by a team of assessors appointed by the Construction Services Development Institute. They assess the amount of capital you have, and then as seen from the latest financial and tax reports, the experts you have, the number of work equipment you have, and the work experience you have run. Yeah, and then the next step, this last step is only to verify your document, such as expert certificate, association member card, and business entity certificate, and synchronization of business field standard code is very important, listed in your business identification number. If it is appropriate, so the construction service business license will be issued immediately and effectively used. And then you can running the project. Yeah. And then I will inform you about the mandatory certification for contractors. There are ISO management system, safety management system, environment management system, construction safety management system, and so many certifications. Yeah, this one is very mandatory. and still much other certification, yeah, but this one is must for contractor. Okay, just that's all. Wait. Do your project here, ladies and gentlemen, with easy permission as long as you know how. Thank you. This my number, Sarah Mariati. Please contact me if you need more detailed consultation. So that's from me. Thank you. Visnu Saktitoloho.
Okay, thank you, Bu Sarah, for the very nice presentation. We get a very nice view that in doing the job, services job, yeah, in Indonesia, you need to get the license, yeah. To foreign company to set the license, you have to be very careful about three things, yeah, about sharing portion, yeah, don't go through because there is a regulation to limit, yeah, the foreign shareholder. And when you join venture with the local company, you also have to be take care about. It's not any local company you can join in. Local party have to get a certain certification. So many foreign shareholders comes and get a local joint venture. They get a wrong one and they cannot go further. So you have to find out what is any negative list, is any limitation about the portion of the share. Second, when you have to find a local partner, you have to make sure what is the criteria of this local partner. Because sometimes they want to do the job, they said that they already set all the legal documents. You find out that, oh my God, you have been wrong even since a beginning. So it is very, very to put very, very. It's a very, very common mistake, yeah, by a foreign investor. So, but and the rest, Bu Sarah can help you, can assist you, yeah, and give the information, share about the knowledge how to set up business here in Indonesia.